Richard just said something really interesting about Bellamy and Murphy's relationship this season. So he said specifically something like, it's not what you expect. So can you kind of elaborate on that, maybe tease what we can expect?
I guess it's because I actually kind of blank out on where they really left it at the end of season 4, but where we pick it up in season 5, and I feel like their relationship is like older brother and younger brother, you know, that kind of thing that's going on. I mean, I know that I was like, my older brother was like the best at everything, and I was like the younger brother that was like, you know, always trying to claw my way to be better than him and that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of that dynamic, I think. But yeah, I don't know what Richard's getting at, really. Yeah.
Do you have a backstory for Bellamy in 6 Years in Space?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, he was a janitor, so I imagine he cleans the Ark quite a lot. But, you know, there's also, like, 6 years, I feel like he and Raven kind of took it on themselves to create, like, a chore list for everyone, just because, like, you know, idle hands and all that kind of stuff, everyone would kind of lose their minds. So I think, in a way, he tries to create a routine and a regimen, and whether everyone else follows that is, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But he's definitely taken on the head and the heart concept from Clarke and try to approach it with, you know, much more level-headed and a rational sensibility of those 6 years.
Does he carry the guilt of leaving her behind? Like, what is that? How does that weigh on his mind?
Well, I think, you know, he kind of touches on it at the end of season 4. He's like, you know, if we don't survive up here, then she's died in vain. So I think that by ensuring everyone is staying alive and doing their jobs and is, you know, doing their best to, you know, enhance their chances of getting back down to the ground, that's the way that he can kind of, you know, I guess absolve himself in a way. But yeah, you know, you're never really going to like forgive yourself totally, but I imagine that the rest of them, you know, they probably all sit down and have therapy sessions, because he wasn't the only one that left her behind. And, you know, Raven was kind of really, she's, you know, she likes to keep a tight schedule, so, you know.
How's Bellamy doing without Octavia?
I think that's the one that's really killing him. Yeah, that's the one that he's really, you know, thinking about, you know. I get asked about Clarke quite a lot, but the way that I thought about it and played it was that Bellamy thought Clarke was dead. So Octavia is really the one that, you know, he's concerned about and holding out hope for. I mean, that's the real driving force for him is Octavia and that, you know, his family down on Earth. So I think that whenever he's like looking out the window, that's who he's thinking of. Yeah.
Do you get any sort of a restart on Bellamy with this 6 year jump when you sort of started over in season 5?
I definitely, yeah. Season 5 was interesting because, you know, we only had 6 months off, like as actors, and then the writing room have come in and they've put in the 6 year time jump, and they've had the chance to kind of have all that backstory for Bellamy and start it up. And so coming into the season 5, like you know, Bellamy was very much who he was until there's some of the sticky situations where he may, like, you know, be aggressive or irrational. The way that he approaches them now were kind of odd for me, because I'd always played him as, you know, he's always been very unpredictable. So that was kind of like, it was just a little bit tricky for me to get my head around and play him as a rational human being. Yeah. So that's took some time, but, you know, as the story progresses throughout season 5, it's really, I think the writing team have done a great job in terms of building an arc for him this season. So yeah, hopefully I did them justice.
What do you think fans are going to be most surprised about with regards to, like, the new Bellamy 6 years ago?
Probably his facial hair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be similar to what I just said about, you know, his ability to read a situation and not necessarily act immediately. Because I definitely struggled with it for a bit there. So, and also a huge shifts in character dynamics with each other. So, you know, the new space crew, they mean like a tremendous amount to Bellamy, and, you know, almost verging on the point of a new family for him. So, yeah, there's like alliances that are drawn over that 6 years that we haven't necessarily seen, but have definitely grown within him. So that could definitely be quite a surprise to the audience.
so there will be some growing pains adjusting to getting back with his old friends.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah. No, there's definitely, and like as you've seen in the trailer, Clarke with Maddie, that's definitely changed her perspective on things. I think that a lot of the delinquents or the 100 that went down had never really had to look after somebody else, whereas Bellamy was always like that. And I think that's what made it hard for everyone else to understand why he cared about his sister so much. Because he had to raise her from a child, whereas now Clarke is doing that with Maddie. So I think there's probably an understanding that comes from her, but also in a way she's that mother hen that will do anything to protect her chick. Yeah. I was like trying to figure it out.
Yes.
But yes, mother hen that will do anything to protect her chick. Thank you.
Yeah.